Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is the second training for the day. I know you really had great training in the morning. You enjoyed the content that was shared. I was helping with the moderation in the morning. So I saw a lot of your responses in the chat section, which was very impressive. If we can just continue with the same energy, that will be really good. Okay. So I can see we already have people in. There's Martha. Martha, thank you for joining us again from Anambra State. Hi, Anne, Obiekwe, Emanuela, Ewa Jesu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Balogun Aminat. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining us again today. Um, did sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Let me just say the first one, Lileka Ammonian. Thank you so much. We are all really introducing ourselves in the chat section. So if you aren't here in the morning or you're just joining us for the first time, you can introduce yourself, tell us where you're joining us from. You can also tell us the name of your business if you have a business, what you're dealing with. You never know, maybe you can get your client from here, all right? Or you can get a partner from here. So let us introduce ourselves, what we're doing, where you're joining us from. Let us acquaint ourselves with each other. My name is Beryl Okwach. I'm a trainer with Impactor, and I'll be taking you through this second session. I had my other colleague Sandra take the first session in the morning, which went really well. So now we have in the chat section, I have Sandra, my colleague, and then I have Amarachi. They will be helping with the moderation. So if you have any questions as we move along, you can just let us know. Hi, Bianca Waiganjo from Kenya. Hi. All right. So like I mentioned, I have Sandra and I have Amarachi in the chat section. They'll be catering to your questions and inquiries. So feel free to drop anything. If you need clarity on anything, if you have a question, feel free to drop your comments. Hi, Lucy. I'm really glad to have you all here. Hi. This is a good number. I like the energy. You guys are very energetic. That's really good. Okay. So what we're going to cover in this session is how to create a digital marketing plan. So what we are going to cover is how to create a digital marketing plan. The morning we talked about building your brand and selling online, all right, which is the first was the first session in this series of trainings. And the second one, building up on that one, is to learn how to create a digital marketing plan. All right. So when we're talking about a digital marketing plan, all right, there are three agendas we're going to cover in this session. The first agenda will we'll learn what is digital marketing, because we can't tell you to start creating a digital marketing plan, all right? You do not understand what digital marketing is, what it encompasses, the components of digital marketing. So we're going to cover all that, and then we're going to learn how to build digital marketing plan for ourselves, all right? And then harnessing the power of digital advertising. How can you make sure you're using the power of digital advertising to benefit you and your business and increase your sales at the end of the day? All right. So that's what we're going to cover. That is what's on today's agenda. All right. But before we kickstart this session, I'll just have Sandra or Amara to drop the link to the Google Hustle Academy. This was mentioned in the morning, but I will reiterate on it. All right. There's a bootcamp ongoing. It's you learn everything about digital marketing. You learn how to position yourself for venture capital. You learn how to pitch, for potential sponsors. So all this will be covered in the Google Hustle Academy. How to get funding for your business, how to prepare your business for funding. All of these things will be covered in the bootcamp. So sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. All right. The link has been posted in the chat section, right? Thank you, Sandra. I can see she's already posted the link. So make sure you sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. All right. Now, before we kickstart the session, we are all here to learn. All right. Let us learn from each other. I'm here to learn from you as much as you're here to learn from me. So, while you're running your business, how are you currently engaging with your customers? How are you engaging with your customers currently? All right. If you have your business online, how are you currently engaging with your customers? Or even if you don't have your business online, how are you currently engaging with your customers? Coming back, I will be picking out responses and or questions from the chat section. All right. So make sure you drop your comments. Okay. When is the Google Hustle Academy taking place? We have one going on right now, but there's another one scheduled for next week. So make sure you sign up. It's a continuous session, but we have this week and next week. So probably for this week, they already have ready participants, so you can sign up early enough for next week and the subsequent ones. All right. Just make sure you click on the link and sign up on it. For my responses, I can see that Honey Glow's Secrets has said she engages with her customers through WhatsApp messages. All right. Ammonian says through WhatsApp chat and Facebook posts and chats. All right. And Peggy Songore says through Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp statuses. Honey Glow says through broadcast as well. All right. Maybe you can give us a brief on what you mean by through broadcast. All right. Is it through TV, or just try and explain for us so that you can understand? All right. And then Salima says through Instagram messages. And then Precious says through social media platforms. I'm glad we all have accounts on social media, and it's something we're trying to leverage on for our businesses, which is very good. So we are all just going to learn how we can use the social media features and digital features and grow our businesses and increase our sales, because I know that is the goal for every business at the end of the day. All right. Clara says Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm a bit curious on how Twitter works for you. So you can also tell us in the chat section how Twitter works for you, especially in engaging with your clients. All right. And then these are really, really great responses. I won't be able to go through all of them. All right. But I can see them and I'm very, very impressed. All right. So just to kickstart our session, I did mention we're going to talk about an introduction to digital marketing. We've seen that some of us have used digital and social platforms to engage with their clients, but what do we mean by digital marketing? Before I get to it, I need to know your understanding of what digital marketing is so that I can know where I'm picking it up from. All right. So, what is digital marketing? What do you understand by digital marketing? What is digital marketing? Okay, let me see. What is digital marketing? What do you understand by digital marketing? Hi, Priscilla. Thank you so much. I know you're responding to the previous question. You said through Facebook and WhatsApp. Catherine says through Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Yemisi says Facebook, WhatsApp status, and one-on-one marketing. That is in person. All right. So maybe you can also let me know what is your understanding of the term digital marketing. What do you think digital marketing is? All right. Piccolo says it's selling business using techno skills. All right. And then Dorothy says marketing virtually. Ammonian, it involves the use of internet to sell goods, products, and services via social media platforms, websites, blogs, etc., etc. Right? Yes, just to let me just mention, if your screen is unclear, all right, if your screen is unclear and and the slides are a bit blurry, just click on your settings and change the quality of the resolution to 720 pixels, so it should be clear. All right, if you're experiencing a blurry screen, go to your settings and increase the screen resolution. All right, So for my responses, I also have Honey Glow Secret talk about creating your brand awareness on social media. Rosalina Mwanza, marketing using online platforms such as social media and your website. That is very accurate. And Ngozi says digital marketing is basically sponsored ads. Sponsored ads. All right. These are really good insights on how all of us are understanding digital marketing. All right. So we are going to cover a lot on digital marketing in this session. All right. And I'm sure by the end of the session, you will have, if you didn't know how to to define digital marketing, should be able to come up with your own definition depending on your understanding of it. All right. So digital marketing is basically the promotion of products or brands using electronic devices or internet. All right. So this answer was given in one of the responses, and this is more or less just shows that we are all very well versed with digital marketing, and as times have moved and now businesses are really really working on making online sales uh, as compared to walk-ins. All right. So most businesses get a lot of online sales as compared to walk-ins. So it's very, very important to try and see if digital and social is what can work for you. Examples of digital marketing could be through there's text messaging, there's video, there is podcast. Now we have electronic billboards that have come up. There's digital television, radio channels. It is very, very diverse. There's not limits to digital marketing. All right. And if you're looking at the facts on when we're talking about digital marketing and you're looking at the facts, you can see that there are 747 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa. This means these are people who have access to mobile phones. They have access to mobile phones in sub-Saharan Africa alone, all right? And then in South Africa and Nigeria and Kenya, 91% of South Africans own mobile phones, all right? 91% of South Africans own mobile phones, while 80% in Kenya and Nigeria, respectively. If you're looking at these facts, these are your probable clients that you can reach to through online advertising or basically through having your business online. All right. So you have the probability of reaching this percentage of people because they have access to their smartphones. All right. And then some 65% of active mobile phone users. All right. So we've said that there's 80% of Nigerians who have access to mobile phones. All right. And 65% of these active mobile phone users have shopped online in Nigeria. All right. So if you have placed your business online, all right, and maybe it's an e-commerce and you're selling your products online, you're offering delivery services, you have the capability of reaching 65% of mobile phone users in Nigeria, all right? Because facts have shown, previous case studies have shown that most people are leaning towards shopping online right now as compared to previous years, all right? So when we talk about the opportunities that arise from connecting with your customers online, what are we talking about? When we say there are very many opportunities that arise from connecting with your customers online, what do we mean by that? All right. So there are very many opportunities, not just limited to what is shown on your screen. There are very many opportunities that come about by having your business online. All right. If you have a different answer or more answer from what is indicated on the screen, you can also just drop it in the chat section. It's very important that we get to learn from each other. All right. So what I have right now is you get an increased reach as a business. You get to reach more people, not even located in the same geographical location that your business is at. All right. So you have an increased reach. All right. And people get to also learn more about, you get to learn more about your customers. All right. By having your business online and you're using either Facebook, Instagram, and you're savvy with some of the Google tools, you're able to get audience insights. All right. So there's so many things you get to learn about your target audience. Could be their behaviors online, the kind of devices they're using, the platforms they interact more with, the kind of content they like to consume. You get to know about their demographics. So the online space gives you a whole lot. It gives you a wide base, yeah, on learning more about your customers and their behaviors and their preferences, their interests, their values, which are very important things to note, right? When you want to target them and when you want them to, and when you want to reach out to your customers, all right? Then another opportunity you get is you get to communicate with your clients and support them. All right. So if you make a post and they're there, they're commenting, they're leaving feedback. If they've used your products before, they post about it. You get to communicate with them. All right. And then you get to give them also customer support. If they're experiencing some issues, probably they want to purchase your product or they purchased it and they probably don't know how to use it. It's a platform where you get to support them for any inquiries that they might have. All right. So some of the key channels that you can use consider for digital marketing. There are 6 channels that you can use consider for digital marketing. And this is dependent on what would work for your business. All right. Um, so these are the channels that we are talking about that we're going to cover in detail. So there's search engine optimization, there's search engine marketing, there's social media marketing, display marketing, email marketing, and content marketing. All right. These are components of digital marketing that you can use to start your digital marketing journey. All right. So the first thing is search engine optimization. What do we mean when we talk about search engine optimization? Right? Search engine optimization is now optimizing your website so that you rank higher in the Google search engine results page. All right. So, but when you talk about optimizing your website, it's about optimizing keywords in your website, right? Sharing the right content that resonates with your audience's preference, all right? Having a simple and easy to use website so that it creates this ease on the user journey. All right. So that's search engine optimization, and you will get to learn that it is very free. You don't pay for search engine optimization. It does take a lot of time to improve your ranking in the search engine. So the key the key secret to ensuring that you're always on top of the SEO game is to be consistent. You have to be consistent with optimizing your website and making sure that you're sharing the right content. All right. The other thing is search engine marketing, which is basically paying for advertising to appear in search engines. If you've heard of Google ads, all right, that is what we mean when you talk about search engine marketing. All right. So you can curate search ads for your business and link that to your website. So that would be it when you want to run search engine marketing. Sorry. The other thing is social media marketing. All right. So this is using social media, whether Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whichever platform that your audience is mostly located on. So using social media channels to either gain traffic, gain attention, reach new people, or even convert, all right? Or even have people purchase, all right? So you can use social media to do all of those things. And then there's display marketing, which is online advertising in different formats. So with display marketing, display ads can appear in on several sites, all right? Could be partner sites, other websites, could be blogs, all right? So it appears on many websites across the internet, depending on your placement. When you're creating the display ads, you choose placements, all right? So then there's also email marketing. So if you have been collecting email lists from your clients and you survey with using email marketing tools, you can try and also work on email marketing for your business, all right? and it really works well with clients who have interacted with your business before. All right. So if I'm a business and I am selling, assuming I'm selling iPhones, all right. So I have customers who came to me and purchased iPhones, and then I decided I want to grow my business, so I'm going to bring phone accessories. So it could be phone cases, it could be screen protectors, and then I need people to purchase this. I can have an emailing list of people who purchase phones from me, so they have that interest. All right, they already know my business, and send out emails to them. And you know what? Tell them, you know what? I have brought phone cases, screen protectors, chargers, AirPods. This is something you might be interested in. So you get to cross-sell or upsell with email marketing. It really works best with return customers, all right? And then there's content marketing, which is the creating and sharing different types of content. Could be blogs, could be guides, could be infographics to gain traffic, all right? So that is what we mean, or that is when you're looking at the different components of digital marketing, that would be it. All right. So I will take a pause and try and look at your questions. If you have any questions, I can see that Lauren is here. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren, Amarachi, and Sandra are doing a good job responding to your inquiries. I'm just scrolling through to see if there are any questions that I can pick on. All right. So Precious says the words on the screen are blurred. Can you help us with that? All right. So maybe just click the settings button on your screen and increase the resolution to 720. That is it. Adeola has given you a way forward to sort that. Okay. So if your screen is blurred, tap your screen and see the setting icon on the top right corner. Tap it and change from outer to highest quality, which is 720. Okay. And also just a reminder to sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. Okay. So Babalola asks, when is the best time to send out mails to customers? When is the best time to send out mails to customers? In my experience, most people, when they get to the office, or probably the first thing that they do in the morning is to open their emails. Like personally for me, when I wake up and I sit at my workstation, the first thing I do is to open my work emails, all right, and see what I have to do, what I have to cover. Is there anything that needs my attention? All right. So maybe that information can help you with determining the best time for sending out emails. All right. Could be very early in the morning or around 5 p.m., but that is according to my experience. But you need to do a lot of research on that. All right. And weight loss therapy asks, what is the difference between display marketing and search engine marketing? All right. So display marketing, I did mention, with display marketing, your ads, your display ads, which are mostly images, all right, they are creatives. So they get to appear on partner sites, all right? Could be other websites, could be other blogs, all right? But with search engine marketing, it's purely on your website, all right? You run the ads on your website, not on partner websites, all right? And search engine marketing mostly is not, with search engine marketing could be, you can have text ads as well, all right? You don't have to have creatives for that. You can have text ads, okay? Okay, and Lynn is saying Google Bootcamp is saying it's correct. It's currently for 3 countries only. Is that correct? When can Zimbabwe be included? All right. Don't feel left out on the bootcamp. Just you can sign up. Maybe pick either Nigeria or Kenya, but just make sure you don't miss out on the bootcamp. All right. So just pick either country that would work for you. All right. Thank you, Sandra. And Sandra has also added display advertising is mainly for brand awareness, while search engine marketing is basically if your goal is to run sales. So that is also one of the differences of display ads and search engine marketing. I hope that has answered your question. Okay, so we'll move on to our next part of this training session, which is building your digital marketing plan. So you have understood what digital marketing is, all right? You have seen the channels of digital marketing. We've gone through 6 channels, all right? We've talked about search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, display marketing, and what was the last one? It was content marketing. So we've gone through 6 channels of digital marketing. Now, how do you build your plan around all that information? How do you build your plan around that information? There are 6 steps in coming up with a digital marketing plan. There are 6 steps that you need to note when you're coming up with a digital marketing plan. The first thing is you need to have business goals and objectives. You need to know, what do you want to achieve at the end of it all? What do you want to achieve at the end of it all? All right. So you can have business goals, all right? It could be you want to increase awareness. I mean, you want to reach out to more people, all right? And since we're looking at having a digital plan, you also need to have objectives, social media objectives. You also need to have social media objectives, all right? And then the second step is coming up with the budget and resources. So when you're coming up with your plan and you feel like I might need a creative person to be to like develop images for me. Will I need a videographer if I'm looking at taking professional videos? I will need to include that in my budget. If I want to run sponsored ads, I need to have a budget for that. All right. Do I have the resources for that? Do I need to get resources for from somewhere else? How am I going to get that? How much is it going to cost me? It's important to list what you need, all right, and the amount that you might need to achieve that. The third thing you need to do is to understand your audience, all right? The third thing you need to do is to understand your audience, all right? So you need to know your audience preferences. You need to know your audience behaviors. You need to know your audience challenges and pain points. And this will help you in knowing when or how you can position your business for them to note that, this business is giving me a solution to this problem that I'm experiencing. All right. So it helps the customer in making a decision. It's very important to understand your audience. All right. The other thing is to decide on what channels to use, right? It also dependent, this also goes back to your budget and or resources. You can decide, we have talked about the 6 channels, all right? So you can try and think around which channel will work best for you, all right? And also the decision to come up with the channels also goes down to, takes you back to your audience, the kind of platforms they're mostly located in, the kind of platforms they're active in. This will help you in determining the channels to choose. And then you need to plan your activity. If you want to run it for a week, if you want to run it for a month, how are you going to do it? Your frequency, it's important to learn, to put it in writing. How are you planning your activity? And then you need to measure your objectives. You need to measure your objectives, all right? So remember, when you're coming with the objectives, you came up with SMART objectives. Objectives need to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound, all right? So having SMART objectives makes it easier for you as a business to keep track of the progress that you've made so far, all right? In terms of the resources that you put in, if you had a budget, how much have you used so far, how much is left? It's important to measure your progress and how far you are in achieving those objectives, if at all you haven't achieved them yet. All right. So under business goals and objectives, you're going to look at examples of business goals and objectives. And then you can maybe also, while we're at it, try and note down your own business goals and objectives. We'll also see how you can curate them to SMART objectives. All right. So this is an example of business goals and objectives. Mondi, who is a hairdresser, her business goals are to get more customers through her door, that is new and past customers, and make more people in her area know about her business, right? So we can see here, Mondi knows what she wants. She wants to get more customers. So retain previous customers and acquire new customers. All right. And she also needs to make more people in her area know about her business. All right. So that is basically to increase awareness. All right. So examples of online objectives. Those are what you've looked about are what we've looked at here is the business goal. All right. So when you're breaking that down to objectives, you need to understand how to create online objectives. The first thing would be to increase traffic to your website. All right. It's just an example. If you have a website, you would want people coming to your website. You would want people visiting your website and taking actions. If it's calling you, if it's taking a purchase, you would want as many people to do that as possible. So an example of an online objective will be to increase traffic to your website. The other thing would be to increase online sales. All right, increasing social media page likes and follows from your clients. So sometimes if you're a business, it's important to have at least followers and have many people like your page because it gives your business some form of credibility. If I want to buy something from an online shop and I go to their page and I only see they have like um 50 followers or 10 followers, I'll be like, I don't understand why aren't people interacting with this page? What is wrong with this business, so the more the merrier for you. All right. And you also need an example of another online objective is to increase online reach and awareness. All right. Increase online reach and awareness. If you remember the figures that we went through when we started this session, all right, we say that in Nigeria alone there are 65% active mobile users who have shopped online. All right. So these are people who are they're outside your geographical locality. All right. Reach even people outside Nigeria. You can reach people in Kenya. You can reach people in Senegal. So you get more people learning about your business, your existence, your products, your services. All right. Then online objectives, remember, should always align with your business goals. All right. Because when you're achieving your online objective, you also need to achieve your goal as a business. So they correlate, they work together. They're like two parts in a machine. All right. So one makes the other work. All right. So it's important to have goals that correlate, objectives that correlate with your business goals. All right. The first one you can see here, an example is if you want to increase your online reach, and if you have a business goal of making more people aware of your existence, then you need to increase your online reach and awareness. All right. If you want to sell more products, then you definitely want to increase your website sales. If you want to get found by more people, all right, you need to increase your social media likes, followers. All right. So make sure your goals correlate with your objectives. All right. Then we are going to go about how to come up with the budget and resource. All right. So if you're a business and you want to do maybe search engine marketing, you will need a website. So if I need a website, will I get a website developer to create a professional looking website for my business? Yes. If the answer is yes to that, then I need a budget for that because I will need to pay that person. All right. If I want to run sponsored ads on my business, if I want to run social media marketing on my social media pages, all right, I need to have a budget for that. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads, Twitter, they all cost money. All right. So you have to do a lot of research on that and note down your budget in regard. Right. And then when you're looking at the audience, I did talk about it's very important to learn your audience. It's very important to know if you're selling women's clothes, who are you targeting? what is the age of the people you're targeting, because different age groups all have kind of different tastes and styles and preferences in regards to their clothing. All right, so it's important to know the kind of people you're targeting, boiling down even to what time they're online, because it helps you in learning. It helps you in learning even the when you can make your post, the time, the frequency of making your post. All right. So it's important to learn about your audience. But the most, I would say, outstanding point in understanding your audience will be knowing their pain points. All right. Because if you understand the challenge that your audience is encountering, then you should be able to communicate the solution, if at all, your business is offering to this challenge, because that is what people are looking for. They're looking at what will make their life easier. All right. So it's important to try and learn about that and communicate the same to them in regards. Then the marketing channels. All right. So if we go back to the online objectives that we set before, all right? If you as a business, you want to increase your online reach and awareness, then you can consider display, media, and content. So we had someone ask about the difference between display ads and search engine marketing. So from this chart, you can also get to see that. So with display works well with reaching awareness, on increasing your reach and brand awareness and working on your brand awareness. All right. And if you want to increase website sales, you need to do a lot of search engine marketing because it's conversion based. All right. You need to work on your SEO because the higher you rank in the search engine, the most likely you have people clicking on that link, going to your website, and at the end of the day, converting. All right. And then you can also do a lot of email marketing. All right. Email marketing works well with if you want to increase website sales. All right. And then increasing traffic to website, you can consider search engine marketing, search engine optimization, and email marketing as well. And when it gets to customer loyalty, you can try and leverage on content marketing, email marketing, and social media marketing. All right. So we've gone through when you're building your plan. We have gone through your audience, your budget, your the channels, and your objectives and business goals. So now you need to plan your activity. You need to plan your activity. All right. So, for example, in this case, my online objective is to reach more people in my local area and get more returning customers. This person doesn't have a website yet, right? It's too much of an investment for them. They cannot afford to get a website. So how can she use digital to help her, right? So just know that Google My Business offers free websites, all right? So their link, there's a chance to win a free website. The link will be posted in the chat section. So make sure you click on that. All right, make sure you click on that to get chances of winning a free website. All right. And then you can also try and work on your Google My Business profile. The link to this will also be posted in the chat section. All right. So just before I continue on this, when I'm looking at, we are still here at planning your activity. All right. So she can also set up a Facebook page, collect reviews, and post pictures from customers' hairstyles. All right. So when you're looking at reviews really help in giving your clients confidence in making a decision. Because if I go to a page and I see they have a really positive reviews, then it means their customer satisfaction rate is high. All right. I would want to engage with a business that ensures my customer satisfaction. All right. It's also important to get reviews. If you have people, clients who've interacted with your business before and they have shared content on their pages, if like this is a hairdresser, I go to my hairdresser and then they give me a really cool hairstyle. I post and I tag them. The business can use that as user generated content. All right. So that is part of the content that you can share. It really helps in building confidence of potential customers in choosing your business. All right. And then you can also use Facebook ads to target people in your local area with an offer to attract new customers. So you can also run Facebook ads. All right. Make sure you also run Facebook ads. If you're not able to run ads, if you don't have the budget or the budget to run ads, you can also really work on posting content that is appealing to your audience, content that your audience would have shown the history of interacting with mostly. All right. So while planning your activity, I would also like to mention, all right, there's a possibility of getting digital marketing strategies. All right. So there's a link that will be posted in the chat section. You can get a chance to get digital marketing strategies created for you. All right. So the link will be posted in the chat section in regards. Then the last thing we were going to cover in building a plan for your business is how to measure, because you have to measure at the end of the day. You need to know your product, your progress. If I set out my business in January, or I started my financial year in January, all right, and I said I need to make 10% profit on product X by end of March, all right, that is a smart goal. It's very simple, all right, it's very simple because you understand that I need 10% of my profit to come from the sale of product X by the end of 3 months. It's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, realistic, and it's time bound. And with that, I'm able to check the progress of how I am doing so far. All right. So I did mention what SMART stands for: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Okay. So when we are coming up with the objective, for example, this if you have a broad objective of increasing online sales, all right, you can break this down to a smart objective that will help you in tracking how much online sales you've made so far. So you can say you need to increase online sales by 20% within 3 months. All right. So before the 3 months, you already know your sales number. You already know the amount of revenue that you have as a base. All right. And in 3 months, you should be able to know if this has increased by 20% or not. All right. And then while you're measuring it, you can do monthly measurements or bi-weekly, depending on how frequent you want to do it. You'll know that by the end of month one, all right, probably I didn't make any sales. So what do I need to do? I still have 2 months to try and achieve my 20% revenue target increase. All right. So having smart objectives helps in keeping you on toes in terms of tracking your progress as a business. All right. So if you need to increase brand awareness, you can break this down to, for example, these are examples to increase your brand awareness on Facebook by growing your audience with new people by 40%. So you already know I need more people to like my page. I need more people to follow my page. What do I need to do, or how by how much do I need to grow my followers? All right. So it's very important to set measurable objectives. It helps in keeping you on toes. All right. So under the digital marketing plan, we've covered how to come about with a business goal, which leads you to having an online objective and a smart objective. All right. We've also covered having and understanding your audience. Basically, we've covered understanding your audience, their behaviors, their preferences, their values. All right. We've also looked at the channels that you can use, and then we've learned how to build an activity. All right. We've learned how to plan an activity. All right. So I will take questions again at this point. I'm sure Lauren has been doing a good job. Amarachi and Sandra have been doing a good job in the chat section, responding to your questions, responding to your inquiries. So let me see if there's any that has been missed. For an online food vendor or restaurant that is just starting operations, is it necessary to indulge SEO? All right. So if you have a website, it's also important. If you have a website and you want to make website sales. It's important to start working on your SEO as early as possible. All right. So you need make sales at the end of the day. All right. So make sure that you start working on your SEO as early as possible, because SEO takes a lot of time. All right. You don't appear in the first page straight away. All right. It's something that you work on over a long period of time. All right. So make sure that you start working on it as early as possible. All right. We have Duseke. Yeah, Duseke is asking, how can we create a good target audience for running ads on Instagram or Facebook? All right. So remember, you need to have done a lot of research on your audience. All right. So you need to know the kind of people your business is targeting. All right. You need to understand their demographics. You need to understand what they're doing. If you even want to go and look at their professions, their salaries, you can do all of those things. All right. And then when you're creating your ad, you can create a custom, when you're creating a Facebook or Instagram ad, you can group them into a custom audience. All right. And then when you're grouping them into the custom audience, you can also create custom audience are basically people who have interacted with your business before. All right. So you already know their characteristics. You already like have a list of the kind of what your audience looks like. All right. So if my ad goes out, it goes out to someone who has probably made a search on either a product or service, a product or service that I am dealing with as a business. And while at it, you can also create a lookalike audience, which is an audience that has similar characteristics to your target audience. All right, but they have not interacted with your business before. So you're basically increasing the chances of them converting with you. All right. You're making yourself aware. You're making them know about either your product or service, depending on the ad that you're running. All right. And increasing your probability of getting newer customers. All right. Weight loss therapy. How can one do effective competitive research as a new business for social media marketing? How can one do effective competitive research as a new business for social media marketing? All right, so even as a new business and you're getting into social media marketing, you can also try and see your competitors' activities, try and see what's working for them, what's not working for them. It's very important to learn about your competitors. So it also helps in giving you ideas on what to do. All right. If there's something that's not working for them, it's something that you can leverage on. So looking at your competitors' behavior and their performance also helps you in curating unique value proposition for your business. All right. So it's basically you're doing whatever your competitor is doing and going the extra mile by offering something extra. So that is why competitor analysis is important, and the kind of benefit that you can get from it. All right. So with competitor research, there are several Google tools that you can use. There are tools in Google that you can use to learn about competitors. There's the marketing, let me see. Give me a second. I'm trying to get the name of that. So under competitors, all right? So you can also look at, remind me to mention that before this session ends. I'm just trying to recall it at the back of my mind, but it's not coming out, all right? So there are tools that you can use to learn about your competitors, all right? So maybe try and leverage on that, all right? Then do you have any other question that I'm missing? Any other question that I'm missing? But I can see Lorian and Sandra are doing a good job. Are doing a good job on the comment section. All right. So the last thing I did mention I'm going to cover is harnessing the power of digital advertising. Harnessing the power of digital advertising. All right. Harnessing the power of digital advertising. All right. So how do you get started with search engine marketing? How do you get started with search engine marketing? So when you're looking at my screen, if you're looking at my screen, you can see that each part has been color coded. So we have yellow and blue and green. So the yellow is the search query. This is the search term that your target audience um, uses to either search for a product or a service or your business online. All right. So the part circled in yellow, that is the search query. All right. And then the part circled in blue, color coded in blue, that is an example of paid text and shopping ads. All right. You can see, especially for the text ads, just the ad below the cameras, you can see the best compact travel cameras, stroke being everywhere, your being everywhere camera. You can see just below that on the left, there's a box with a small AD. It means this business is running text ads, is running ads on their website. So that's search engine marketing. All right. Those are Google ads. All right. So it shows that this business is running ads on their website. All right. And so are the shopping ads that have been indicated on the screen. You can see the images on that. And then for the person who asked about search engine optimization, you can see that the listings just below the sponsored ads, all right? They don't have the small box with the AD. So it means that these are organic listings. They're not running any ads on the website, on their website. But for them to appear on the first page and probably just below the sponsored ads, it means that they are well optimized. All right. It means that these websites have been running a lot of SEO, all right, which has helped in improving their ranking in the search engine results page. All right. So, what is the process of search engine marketing? How do you start with search engine marketing? You first need to understand your customers, all right? Because you cannot set out ads to target people that you don't understand preferences, you don't understand their taste, you don't understand what they want, you don't understand their pain points. All right. So you need to understand your customers, and then you need to find keywords. On search engine marketing, there's a lot of bidding on keywords. All right. So you need to have done a lot of research on keywords. You can use the Google Keyword Planner. You can look at the Google Keyword Research Tool, all right, to try and find keywords that work that you can use for the ads, all right? And then you have to create ad copy, all right? You need to create ad copy. Copy is the information that appears on your ad, all right? So you need to come up with a really simple, straight to the point copy, all right? Very appealing, all right? And should have a clear call to action. And then you need to now put it all together. What is the difference between search engine marketing and search engine optimization? I've talked about SEO a lot. In the previous slide, we've just looked at search engine marketing. So what is the difference between the two? With search engine marketing, you pay. With SEO, it's very free. SEO takes a lot of time to rank. Search engine marketing, you get to the first page straight away. All right. And with SEO, you optimize on keywords, but with SEM, you bid on keywords. All right. So you also need to have a good budget. You need to have done a lot of research on how much it would cost for the ad. All right. It's very little on SEM. So you really need good digital marketer to do that for you. All right. To ensure that you have the right spend and you get the right outcome, you expect outcome. All right. And how do you get started with search engine optimization? So there's a tool on Google that's called Google Search Console. If you have a website, all right, make sure you link your website with the Google Search Console tool. All right. So you will get to learn a lot on if people came to your website, you will get to learn what pages they visited on your website. All right. The search terms that brought them to the website. You will also get to learn, you can get alerts on critical issues. So you get to learn about the performance of your website. All right. you get to learn about the performance of your website. If people came to my website and stuck at the home page and didn't take any action or didn't move to the other pages, this is the information that I will get when I'm looking at the search console. All right. So I will be able to know why aren't people taking the right action when they get to my website. You get information on how you can best work on your website. So for you to increase the search ranking, like I did mention, you need to optimize on keywords, and then you need to submit your content to Google. You need to submit sitemap to Google. So Google will then crawl. When someone makes a search query, we've talked about what a search query is. All right. When someone makes a search query, let's say like the person who was looking for the compact cameras in my website, and I am selling the compact cameras, all right? I have submitted my content and my sitemap to Google. So someone goes and makes a search, on Google. They want compact cameras. So Google has the information on my website. They already know this website is dealing with this and this and this, all right? So it has a likelihood of, you know, my website has a likelihood of showing up on the search results. All right. So make sure that you link your website, you submit that to Google. It helps with the ranking you. All right. So you can also have tags on your titles. You need to have title tags. All right. It helps Google to learn the content that is on your web pages. All right. So you also need to have title tags. Make sure you have title tags on the different pages on your website. All right. So how do you get started? I mean, search engine optimization tips. What are the tips? What are the tips for success when you're using SEO? So I've talked about running keyword research. I've mentioned some Google tools that you can use. You can use the keyword planner. You can use the Google search, the Google keyword research tool, right? Yeah. So you need to do a lot of research on keywords. These are terms that your target audience uses a lot. And then you need to publish useful and high quality content, right? Publish content that resonates with the taste of your target audience. And then you need to make your web pages search friendly. And they should be clear and easy to sift through. All right. Um, Going back to display ads, all right. I had someone ask, what are display ads, right? So display advertising, how does it differ from search advertising? Search advertising, we've gone through search engine marketing. So how does it differ from display advertising, right? So search ads, all right? Search ads are focused around matching ads to user queries, all right? So remember, search ads are very conversion focused, all right? They are conversion focused, all right? So if someone goes to make a search on the search engine, all right? Search ads are mostly focused on matching their term, all right? Matching the search queries to ads that relate to that, all right? But display advertising is focused around serving ads across different websites. It's basically for awareness. You want people to know about your business, you want people to know about your product or your service. So your ad can appear if your ad can appear in another person's website, ad can appear in another person's blog. All right. So it's basically for awareness. If you want to really make sales, that is where such advertising comes in, right? What is the process of display advertising? It's just almost the same as the rest. The first thing, you really need to understand your target audience. All right. You can see this is a common component in all of this. So you really need it's like an emphasis for you to really understand, all right, your audience. Then everything else around your business revolves around that, all right? Then find placement ideas. You also need to find placement ideas because when you're creating the display ad, you need to choose placements, all right? So you need to have ideas on where you want where you want your ad to be placed, how do you want it to look like, all right? Then you need to come up with a creative, all right? Creative is an image or a poster or a flyer, all right? So you need to come up with an ad creative. When you're coming up with the creative, make sure it's very appealing, it's straight to the point, all right? You're using copy that is not complicated. So people are very people don't get to look at the content in a flyer, all right? So your headline has to be very catchy and straight to the point, all right? So you need to have clear headlines as part of the copy on your creative, all right? And then basically put it all together, all right? So social media advertising is what is social media advertising? This is paid ads on social networks. If you're on Facebook and Instagram, you can uh, formulate ads on the Facebook Business Manager. On LinkedIn, you can use the LinkedIn backend, all right, to try and run ads on the platforms. All right. So we'll go over the different social media pages and the features that they're offering to understand which one you can use the most. So why should we use social advertising? What are the differences between organic and paid social media? All right. So it's like organic it's like we've when we were looking at the examples of search engine marketing, you saw the paid ads appeared at the top and then the organic listings at the bottom. So it's more or less the same definition. Organic is free, paid, you pay for it. You pay for views, you pay for actions, you pay for clicks, you pay. When you're running ads on social media, paid ads, sponsored ads, you have to pay for that. And the organic is free. It's the normal posting that we do. All right. It's the normal posting that you make on your social media pages. All right. And then with organic, the content appears on your business profile and in people's news feeds. But with paid, it appears in more places, not necessarily on your business profile. All right. Not necessarily on your business profile. You're not limited. All right. And then with organic, you get to just reach your followers. If someone follows your page, then they get to see your post. But with paid, your ad gets to reach out to people who have shown interest in either your product or your service. So if I made a previous search online on iPhone, but I don't follow you, I don't follow your page, but you're selling iPhones, all right? So when you're running paid ads on your site, there's a possibility, all right, of their ad showing up on my timeline. What is the process of social media advertising? When we go back to remember when you're planning an activity, we came up with objectives. So you need to choose objectives, all right? Those are online objectives, and you need to direct them to smart objectives. And choose your audience. You can see that this is also an important factor under social media advertising. You need to create ad creatives, all right? We've talked about it's the same technique when you're creating a Facebook ad or social media ad or a display ad. All right, clear call to action, appealing copy. Don't make it complicated. Use bold colors. If you want to use a video, it's dependent. All right, and then you need to set your budget because you have to pay for it. All right. So I will be taking questions. Do we have any questions? Questions. Questions. Let me go back and check. I know Sandra and Lorian and Amarachi have been doing a good job in the chat section. I can see that. Also, I'll just try to emphasize, make sure you fill the attendance form. Make sure you fill the attendance form before the session ends, all right? Make sure you fill the attendance form and you write your correct names. Make sure you put the correct names for the certificates, all right? You want the certificates to have your correct names. So make sure you input that. For the course today is creating a digital marketing plan. So you can choose that, all right? Do you have any questions? Do we have any questions? Questions. Can Linktree be described as a website? I'm sorry, Linktree you can't describe Linktree as a website. It basically just gives information and redirects to the different places where someone can reach out to you, but it's different from a website. It's not a website. Okay. Please, how can we get the attendance sheet for the morning session? So if you did not attend the morning session, I'm sorry, you're not able to get the attendance sheet for that session. We only share attendance forms during the session. So when you're attending the session, make sure you fill the form before it ends. Otherwise, the link is not shared after the session. All right. Lauren has posted, if you don't have a website, you can click on the link that has been shared. You get a possibility of winning a free website. All right. So also, just as a reminder, or just to also emphasize, the Google Hustle Academy is running and we are accepting sign-ups. So make sure you sign up on the Google Hustle Academy. It's a digital marketing bootcamp. All right. So make sure you sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. The link will be shared again in the chat section. And if you want to self-learn, all right, if you want to self-learn and also get certificates, you can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com, all right? You can self-learn the comfort of your home, at your office, if you're in a bus, you can just try and read content, digital marketing content on your own, all right? And then I would ask us also to go to our social media pages, try and follow us, Facebook, Insta, and Twitter, Digital Skills for Africa, all right? Go onto our social media pages, follow us. And then there's also Impact Her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Go and follow Impact Her in Digital Skills for Africa. Okay. And also remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel. All right. And then click on the bell to get notification on future sessions. All right. So you also click on that bell so that you can get notifications on future sessions. So this is the end of this training. This is the end of this training. We have, remember, we have another session that's tomorrow at 8 a.m. All right. We have another session coming up tomorrow at 8 a.m. That is the third session. Remember to join in on time tomorrow. We continue to learn. All right. We continue to learn. So is there anything I have missed? Sandra has pinned on the screen if you want to win a digital marketing strategy. All right. If you want to win a digital marketing strategy, please click on the link that is pinned on the screen. All right. Make sure you click on the link that's pinned on the screen to get a chance of winning a digital marketing strategy. All right. Do you have any questions that I have missed? Any reviews? I mean, your feedback from this session, was it impactful? Was it insightful? You can also leave your feedback in the chat section. Ruby Styles, is it possible to make organic sales on my website, especially a new website? Yes, it is possible to make organic sales without, without running ads on your website, all right? But it also depends on the kind of traffic that is coming to your website. So what is the traffic on your website looking like? What is the content on your website? How is the content on your website? All right. So I think that is where search engine optimization comes in. So really do a lot of research on keywords. All right. Keywords that your target audience is using to search for either similar products or the product that you're offering. Optimize on the keywords and share the correct content. All right. So you don't pay for that. You don't pay for search engine optimization. And it increases your website traffic and it increases chances of making website sales. All right. All right. So it seems my comments don't appear. Since morning, I've been asking questions and not get responses. Petula, I'm really sorry about that. What did we miss? So maybe just a minute to go over your question. Maybe just a minute to go over your question. We're 11 minutes past time. The session goes for 1 hour and we are done with the content. So maybe just a minute to go over a question that you asked and was not responded to. All right, before we close this session. All right. Thank you, Esther. Thank you so much. Petula, or maybe you can, if you're not able to type right now your question, just reach out to us on inbox. You can message us on either of the Facebook, either of the social links that were shared. All right, either of the social links that were shared, you can reach out to us on message, and then we'll have someone cater to, if you have any question, that if you need clarity on something, it should be you should be attended to. All right. Aminat, can you post the link to the Google Bootcamp? Okay, so the link will be posted in a few. The link will be posted in a few. I'm closing this session. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. There's the link for the bootcamp has been pasted. The attendance link has been reshared again. So make sure you fill that. Make sure you sign up. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Goodbye. Sorry, abstract question. Can impact her us to verify our Google business account. So there's also a link that will be shared in the chat section. There's a link that will be shared in the chat section that you can sign up for verification. All right. So the verification link will be shared in the chat section. So the verification link for Google My Business will be shared in the chat section. Shifant Enterprise. Just click on that, and then it will help with that. Okay. All right. I think that is it for the day. Enjoy your afternoon. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Bye. The verification link will be shared shortly. So after that, we'll close this session and see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Thank you. Bye.